Bowlers, we are going to get started. Please finish your warm-up frames. We'll be changing to scoring in just a moment. Welcome to Academy Lanes at Haverhill, Massachusetts for another Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour match here in Haverhill, Massachusetts. And I'm Steve Kelly. It's good to see you once again for a bonus match this afternoon. It's going to be Chaz Gallant and Marc Poirier battling it out in Class E North in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour here late in the season. So we're going to get started here in just a moment. The match format is 5 strings with 14 points available for the taking. 2 points for each string if won, 1 for tie, 4 for total pinfall, 2 if tied. And we're just getting the lanes powered back on. They just shut down for the end of warm-ups, so we're just getting things back in working order, and here we are. Marc Poirier is our away bowler today, and he will do the honors of starting first, and he will be, I think, on the left lane today. So I'm Steve, here to tell you the story of today's match. I think you're going to love it. So we talked about the match format. This is Candlepin bowling based out of New England and Canada. It's a bit different from 10-pin. We don't clear the dead wood around the pins. There are 3 balls per frame if no strikes or spares are thrown. No oil patterns in Candlepin compared to 10-pin. And ACST bowlers presently average between 82 and 128 at the extreme ends. And that'll be an 8-box opener for Marc Poirier in the first. Game 1 of 5. Just finished streaming another ACST match in Class C North. That was Dave LaRoche at Andy Klempa. And we're just rolling right along with the second event of the day. That's a 4-drop for Marc Poirier. Followed by a spare by Marc Poirier. That was well done. He had the 4 horsemen right side and the 4 and the 8, and he took them all out. It was a fast one.
Yeah, no. Whenever we do a match, you reset your own.
Chaz Gallant just explaining to Marc just how the automatic scoring and manual lane resetting works at Academy. So now that we have that taken care of, it's 18 and a bonus for Marc Poirier. And he'll start out with an 8 on the fill. Pretty well done. 26 through 2 with that 18 in the second. 4-7 for Marc Poirier. Oh, and just misses. Excuse me, the 2-7, excuse me. He misses the 2 slightly to the right. Marc Poirier, our away bowler at a Class E North Division 4. He takes an 8 blocks in the third for 34. Bowls out of Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire. Season record 144 and 94. In Class E North Division 4, Marc Poirier is currently 3rd in his division. Chaz Gallant, his opponent, is the division leader. And in the wild card, Marc Poirier is 2nd place, just behind Nathan McLaughlin and ahead of Mario Ameno and Paul Kravitz. And Marc starts with a 3-drop, and it turns into 3 pins standing on the second ball. Marc Poirier on the road is 68 and 44. At home, he's 76 and 50. And he'll take a 7-box in the 4th. I believe that will be 41 through 4. Okay. Just double checking the scores. Just a gesture to Chaz. I gave him a 10 and it was a 7, so. Occasionally we might pause for score verifications, just to be clear on that. It's an automatic score system. It's not perfect, so I probably won't be perfect in catching it every time. And my scoreboard that you see on the stream is unofficial, so I'm going to be following what the bowlers have ultimately. Marc Poirier with a working box. It ends up becoming 7 through 5 for 48. Yes, 48.5 for Marc Poirier with 1 mark. Oops. Here we go. 48.5 for Marc Poirier with a spare and an 8 fill in the second, followed by a couple 8s and a couple 7s. 1 for 5 in the head pin, 1 split, 4.2 first ball average. That's the story of Marc Poirier to start things out today. And now for our home bowler for the first time today, Chaz Gallant, who's been on a tear this season. His second season in the ACST. And what a success story for Chaz Gallant, really. He's 158 and 66 with 16 matches played. Been fun watching Chaz Gallant kind of get better and better as as the seasons have progressed, especially compared to last season. Just, you know, by the numbers, he's just improved so much. He drops 9 here. See if he can drive the 9 pin away for a spare. He sure will. That's a spare for Chaz Gallant. 10 and a bonus through 1 for Chaz on the single on the 9. A Gallant spare to start things off in the first box. Almost missed it, but the wood kind of course corrected the ball. He's working on a spinny ball in the pocket. He drops 6. Split 6. 5-6, 8-10 for Chaz Gallant. 158-66 record, 16 matches played. This is match number 17 for him, I believe. He'll nudge the 5 down. On the road, he's 77-49. At home, he's 81 and 17. Season average 100.4, away average 98.9, home average 102.5. That'll be a 7 box for Chaz Gallant. He leads his division in Class E North Division 4. Second place Class seed overall. So in the playoff picture, he's just behind Chris Salmons in the seedings and ahead of Chris Curley and Tim Dacey. In the wild card, Marc Poirier is in second place, so he's also in positioning to make the playoffs. And Chaz Gallant will make a strike. $33 and a bonus through 3 for Chaz Gallant. Would you look at this? Beautiful shot by Chaz Gallant. He's working on a strike. And he'll take a few out so far. 5 on the fill to start things. 7 on the fill to start things out. 1, 5, and 3 for Chaz. For the strike fill, oh, just misses narrowly to the left. It'll be a 7 fill on the strike for 40 through 3. And Gallant will take a 7 in the 4th. 47 through 4 for Mr. Gallant. Chaz Gallant's high single is 146. His high series is 590. 29 strikes, 139 spares, 149 tens. 40% perfect box percentage, 8,039 pinfall so far this season. He's on the head pin, and he mixes down another strike. Well, that's a half. What a half that was by Chaz Gallant. 57 and a bonus through 5 for Chaz. With 2 strikes and a spare, he went 4 for 5 on the head pin, 80%. 1 split, 8.4 first ball average. And here's Marc Poirier. Wants a piece of that strike pie. He takes 7 so far. Good bid. 4, 6, 10. Poirier fires, and he spares it up. The action continues. 58 and a bonus through 6 for Marc Poirier. Look at this. Great shot on the 6 to kick over to the 4. Just have to respot. Pin setter only put down 2 pins. Subtitles and live captions should be available should you want to enable them. If you're watching this later on YouTube, should be a transcript feature handy as well. 6-7 leave for Marc Poirier with wood. And he'll take the 7 and leave the 6. 66 through 6 for Marc Poirier.
trying to update the scoreboard. I'll get it. I'll get it.
Just a ball in the gutter. Chaz Gallant will go retrieve it. So Marc Poirier, as I said, 144.94 season record, season average of 96.3, away average 95.1, home average 97.4, 150 high single, 600 high series. Yes, a 600. There's a 10 for Marc Poirier, 76 through 7. He's third in his division and second in the wild card seed, so he's in the dance at the moment. If he can just stay afloat till the end of the season, this is his 18th match. So, actually, yeah, I think this is his final match of the regular season. He almost takes a strike. He leaves the 5-pin, drops 9, the kingpin. It's all corralled on the 5. Poirier spares up the 5-pin. 86 in a bonus through 8.
That should be correct, yeah.
Just helping them out with the scores. We're doing a 3-way score. All 3 scoreboards are different, but they're all equating the same. Like different computer or paper and pencil systems. Just helping out Chaz Gallant. Nothing's wrong, just talking it out. There's a 7 fill for Marc Poirier. 93 through 8. And for the spare, he almost takes it. He takes the 10 at least. 103 through 9 for Marc Poirier. Yes, we have 3 different scoreboards going. We have mine, unofficial, automatic score system, semi-unofficial when it screws up. Then the paper copy, which Chaz Gallant is maintaining separately, and he was just frantically trying to just catch up on the score on the paper with the mark fills and all that. 7 drop for Marc Poirier. Will he spare it up? He'll collide with a 6 and leave the 3 and the 10. And it will be an 8 for Marc Poirier, and that's a quick 111 first game of 5 for Marc Poirier. 3 marks, 3 spares, high fills, totaling 23, averaging 7.67 per mark fill. I guess it's in the...
It's correct up there.
Just take one moment.
Yeah, I was trying to fill in my box that you didn't fill.
Paper copy is paper scoring bowling is always fun. It's okay, everything is fine. We're just slow. Okay. Marc Poirier, it is a confirmed 111. There was no doubt about that. We're just catching up on the paper and doing all that stuff. Here's Chaz Gallant. With a strike fill, he starts with 5. It's a Cleary on the right side for Chaz Gallant. 5 so far on the strike fill, followed by a headpin shot, and only a headpin shot. 6 on the strike fill for 63 through 5. $63.5 ain't bad to start out with, and that's a nice 10 box for Chaz Gallant for 73 through 6. Marc Poirier is at 66 through 6. Chaz Gallant on the pocket. He almost throws another strike. He leaves the 3-pin. He's 71% on the headpin. Oh, just misses the object there. finish it off, he'll take a 9-box. That's 82 through 7 for Mr. Gallant. Chaz Gallant, past 5 matches, he's taken 60 points, and that's an average of 12 points per match. Out of his 8,039 seasonal pinfall in his past 5 matches, he's taken 2502 pins. I think we're waiting on a ball return. Yes. Every now and then the ball return on these 2 lanes just takes an extra second or two to figure things out. So I'll give you Marc Poirier's stats again in the visual form if you need him again while we're just waiting on that. He has 33 strikes, 121 spares, 145 tens for the season. In his past 5 matches, Marc Poirier has taken 46 points. That's an average of 9.2 points per match, with 2547 pins off of those past 5 matches compared across his seasonal pinfall of 8189. He has the longest streak of strings over 100 in 4 consecutive this season, unbroken. He has 4 matches in a row where he's gone more than 7 points consecutive. Average points per away match, 8.5. Average points per home match, 8.4. That's some stats for Marc Poirier for you to give you an idea of where he is in playoff positioning. Chaz Gallant also in playoff positioning. He's gone 6 strings in a row unbroken where he's gone more than 100 consecutively. And he has his longest streak of matches over 500 at 4 consecutive. And he's gone 10 matches in a row where he's gone more than 7 points for take-home. That's how you become a division leader. And I see some balls starting to return down the ball return. So, yay bowling. Here they are. We'll see if a pin comes back. Yeah, last week when I streamed a doubleheader here, actually a pin came down the ball return, and that was funny. Happened more than one time, actually, last week. All right, so we are in the 8th frame for Chaz Gallant here. He has 3 marks so far. Chaz Gallant on the head pin, a little full, but got a nice break. Oh, and 9 go down eventually. I thought the 7 was going to go down. That was almost another strike. These lanes are hot right now for both bowlers. I think Andy Klempa warmed them up, and he stays on for a spare. Well done by Chaz Gallant. Oh, yeah. He stays on, just rides that edge. 92 and bonus through 8. Gallant working on a spare. Oh, a little full. He had a curve inward on the pocket. Takes 3 out. 4 left, 3 right. Spread eagle with a talon. 95 through 8 for Chaz Gallant. He'll take some off the left. 2 left, 3 right. To finish things off, it's going to be a 6-box for Chaz Gallant for 101 through 9. He's 10 away from tying, 11 away from winning. So he will need a mark to get 2 points at least. Last night, Paul Mativier and Patrick Holland tied in the first with 110s apiece. 3 down so far for Chaz Gallant, 6-pack on the 7. Gallant. Headpin chops a few, and yikes. Well, that happened. So it won't be a mark. He has hope of tying if he can get a 10-box out of this spread of pins down there on the deck. 5 standing. It won't be. It'll be a 5-box. 106 is the first game for Chaz Gallant. Marc Poirier will take the first game with a 111. So Chaz Gallant with a lot of marks. Just had a couple of low boxes. That's what kind of dragged him down a little bit. So we'll just take maybe an extra second or two just to verify the scores while Chaz Gallant catches up on the paper copy. 111 and 106 is indeed on the computerized score there, so no worries there. Give Chaz just a couple extra seconds just to catch up. He's working his way through it. So that's game one. I'll get us ready for game two in the meantime. Here on the Atlantic Animal Singles Tour at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts, Marc Poirier at Chaz Gallant. And we are good to start the second game. It's Marc Poirier down there. I'm Steve Kelly back here. Chaz Gallant waiting in the wings. Away bowler Marc Poirier out of Bowell's bowling center. He starts out, crosses over. He's a lefty. 2 matches in a row with lefties. Had Andy Klimpa on before. Marc Poirier on now. 5 drop. Second ball misses the object, leaves the object for Marc Poirier. He'll take a 10 box, 10 through 1. Marc Poirier is married to Kristen Poirier, and he asked me to give a shout out to Kristen Poirier, so here I am. Hi, Kristen, how you doing? And best of luck with you and your cat today, by the way. I'm also a cat person, so my greatest sympathies there. 7 drop for Marc Poirier, 1-3-10. He collides with the 10, leaves the 1 and the 3. Marc Poirier will take a 10, double X, 2 10s, 20 through 2. Just telling Chaz just to do the score correct real quick. And there is a late falling strike for Mr. Poirier. And that's going to have to be another score correction right there. That's 30 and a bonus through 3. Oh, no, I did get it. Cool. All right. Well, look at that. Beautiful shot. Look at the messenger taking a little slight walk to the 10 as it goes. He's working on a strike, Marc Poirier is. To the right of the head pin, takes 7 down, 1, 2, and 9. For the strike fill, oh, a little bit off. It'll be a 7 on the strike fill. 37 through 3 for Marc Poirier. And Marc Poirier has 8 in the 4th for 45. And Marc Poirier goes to the right of the head pin a little bit. Starts out with 5. Oh, and full on the head pin. Leaves 2 pins, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. 2 in the 3. Piece of wood rolling. We're in the Red Room at Academy. Rolling wood is just a fact of life. Takes quite a while to sort itself. Two in the 3 for a 10 box. They'll make it a 9. A 54 half for Marc Poirier with 1 strike and 2 10s. That 54 half is confirmed for Marc Poirier. 111 plus 54 equals 165, 1.5 games in so far for Marc Poirier. Chaz Gallant up next. Here he is. Chaz. Pocket. 8 drop. 5-9. Can he take the 5-9? It's looking good. It is good for a spare. Chaz Gallant. 5-9's a service on this spare. Beautiful shot by Chaz. 10 and a bonus through 1. The follow-up is going to cross over a little bit too much. For Phil. 14 through 1. Gallant on the head pin lightly, takes a few out. Oh, and everything actually goes except for the 2. Nine or 10 for Gallant. It ends up being a 9 for 23 through 2. Chaz Gallant average points per away match is 8.6, and his average points per home match is 11.6. Here's Chaz Gallant with a 5 drop on the right. Colery right side. It's the Colery named after Bob Colery of Lexington, Massachusetts, a contestant on Candlepin Stars and Strikes, and he's been bowling for a long time. He is aware of the shot's namesake to him, and versus the Colery, everything but the sleeper goes for Chaz Gallant. Waiting on that wood to settle, and it's going to settle in one of the worst places it could settle. But at least it's not for a spare shot, at the very least. It'll be a 9 for Chaz. That's 32 through 3. Here's Chaz Gallant. Finds the pocket again. Finds 9 pins. Maybe a 10th. Nope, just 9. Just the 10 pin. Gallant versus the 10 for a spare. Deflected away, maybe a messenger. Nope, not even the messenger. Still the 10 pin. Nine or 10 for Gallant. Takes it for or no, doesn't take it. Leaves it for the 9. That's what I meant to say. 41 through 4 for Chaz Gallant. 45 through 4 for Marc Poirier. For some reason, my brain thought that shot was locked in. It certainly was not. And that's a 5-10 leave for Chaz Gallant. For the spare on the 5-10. Oh, I thought it had a chance of going. It just got stopped in front of and short of the 10. Chaz for the 10. I think it's good. Looks good to me. I think it's 51 through 5 for Chaz Gallant and 54 through 5 for Marc Poirier. I think. I see 52 up there. I'm going to double check. All right. Third box, they had a 10 score in the third. So I'm not sure. I will correct it to match what they have. So it'll be 52 for Chaz Gallant, looks like. Again, the bowlers make the final calls on scores. One drop for Marc Poirier, followed by another chop out of just the 7 pin. Just that third box for Chaz Gallant. I don't quite remember if it was a 9 or a 10. It's marked as a 10 up there. I follow what the bowlers have. So that will be a 4 box for Marc Poirier, 58 through 6. Marc goes left of that pin, drops 6, 1, 7, 10, 3. Takes 2, leaves 2, leaves the 1 and the 7. And it'll be an 8 box for Marc Poirier, and that should be 66 through 7. Poirier, 1-3 pocket. Finds himself a split, 2-8-10, but a lot of wood, angled correctly. I hope it goes. It should go. It does go for Marc Poirier. 76 through 8, plus a fill. All over that wood. Great spare. Poirier's working on a mark fill. He finds the head pin again. He's going to get a big fill of 7. That's the 3-9-10. 83 through 8. Sails into the center. And for the follow-up, it's a 7 box in the 9th for 90 for Marc Poirier. He threw a 111 in the first game. He's at 90 through 9 in the second. Currently a 201 in grand total pinfall. Poirier on the 1-3, and it's a strike. Those pins had a family, man. Look at this. Beautiful ball in the 1-3 pocket. 100 and a bonus for Marc Poirier. Two balls for the strike fill, and he'll need them. He starts off with 3. Second ball. Oh, and a spare on strikes. That'll be a 10 fill. That will be a 110 second game for Marc Poirier. 2-game total at 221. 2 strikes and a spare in this game. He has 2 strikes, 4 spares, 4 tens overall, 50% perfect box percentage, 45% the head pin, 5 splits, 6.2 first ball average. Coming up next is Chaz Gallant, who comes back to us with a 52 half. He starts off with a 1 drop on the 6. Gallant on the 1 drop. Still not on the head pin, but takes a few more out. He leaves the 1 and the 9. 8, 9, or 10 box here in the 6th. And it will be a 9 in the 6th. 61 for Chaz Gallant. Here's Chaz on the pocket, a little full, but it ends up being a mix of 8 and a split. 3-7. Will it go? Maybe. Let's find out. Gallant. Nope. In between the two. On the wood, nothing goes down. Oh, and he gets deflected again for an 8 box for 69 through 7. Marc Poirier put up a wall defense of 2 marks in the end of the half here. Chaz Gallant's going to have to find some. That's a good hit on the 1-3. Split of 6, 3 left, 1 right. 2, 4, 7, and 10 for Mr. Gallant. Almost gets the 10. Spinning piece of wood in front of the 10 doesn't tap it. So he's shooting for a 9 or a 10 box here. Gallant, 9 or 10. It's going to be a 10. 79 through 8. Marc Poirier is at 83 through 8. Chaz Gallant on lane 10. To the right of the head pin, he takes 3 out. He's got the 6-pack and a friend. That friend is the 9 pin. The friend for the second ball should be the outside of the head pin. Gallant. A little full on the head pin. Right place, wrong angle. 2-4-7. Gallant will scrape the 7 and he'll take an 8 box for 87 through 9. I think. That 9 box is, or no, it was an 8 box, excuse me. Yeah. Just shouting over because I caught the score system miscalculating that in real time. There's a knack to figuring out how to. It looks like there's also another miscalculation. I'm a little off. Hold on. Should be a 5 drop. It is a 5 drop for Chaz Gallant here in the 10th. Doesn't get the spare. 61. Oh, I gave him a 9 in the 7th, so I'm gonna follow what they have. So just course correcting that to 88 through 9. It'll be an 8 for Chaz Gallant. It'll still be the second game for Marc Poirier regardless. That should be 110 for Marc Poirier and 96 for Chaz Gallant. Marc Poirier with 4 points so far, taking both games. With a nice 111 followed by a 110. Chaz Gallant had a powerful start in the first game, but then otherwise had some trouble converting from boxes 2 onward here in the second. Just bear with us 1 second. So that should be game 2. We're going to be moving on to the third game here in just a moment here on the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Marc Poirier at Chaz Gallant in just a minute or two. Alrighty, so we're getting ready here to start the next game. Game 3 of 5 here on the ACST. Hey everybody, I'm Steve Kelly. Great to have you along. 3 games to go in this Class E North match between Marc Poirier and Chaz Gallant, both bound for the playoffs at this time. Marc Poirier begins with a bunch of pins that slide but don't fall. 5 drop Caleri right side. And he makes a spare out of that Caleri situation. 10 and a bonus through 1 for Marc. Marc gets a mark. Marc on the spare fill. It's going to be more than 5. It'll be 6. 16 through 1 for Marc Poirier. 1, 6, 9, 10. And he sails to the left of the target. And Marc will take a 10 off of that for 26 through 2. Marc Poirier on the pocket. Oh, yeah, he throws a bomb. Let's watch this again. Explosive. 36 and a bonus through 3. Strike fill. Bit of a thin hit, weird sounding hit. 4 drop so far. On the strike fill. They'll take 5. Oops. 41 through 3. And a 5 box it shall be. 46 through 4. Marc Poirier, 40% perfect box percentage for the season. Past five matches, 20 strikes, 49 spares, 54 tens. He'll mix down a few more. He'll mix down 5 to be exact. And 2 more go down. He's left with a 1, the 7, and the 8. And he'll make it a 9 box for 55 through 5. I think.
That should be 55 through 5. Yeah, 55. The last.
Yep. Just caught that in real time once again.
The 4th box. 5 on 4, right? 5 in the 4th. 5 on 4.
4th box for them has to be fixed. There we go. Now it looks better. 55 through 5 for Marc Poirier. Halftime total of 276. 3 strikes, 5 spares, 5 tens. 52% perfect box percentage, 40% on the head pin, 5 splits. When we come back, it's going to be Chaz Gallant starting out on lane number 9 in the 3rd game. Here he is, Chaz Gallant. Chaz to the right of the head pin takes 3 out. 6 back left in the 10. And Chaz will chop a few more. He's got a cluster of 4 on the left and the 10 on the right. Ends up being an 8 box for Chaz to start out the 3rd game. Chaz Gallant in his past 5 matches, he's thrown 16 strikes, 63 spares, and 62 tens. His longest streak of matches where he's gone more than 500 in grand total pinfall has been consecutive this season. He's gone 10 matches in a row where he's gone more than 10 points in a match. Gallant chops 2 here. Half Worcester on the left side. And Gallant on the pocket. He takes all but the 7 down on the 2nd ball. Nine or 10 for Gallant. It'll be a 9. That's 17 through 2 for Chaz Gallant. Chaz Gallant has the highest Class C average at 100.4. And the highest Class C fewest average pins left standing at 59.8. He drops 4, missing the head pin. Gallant looking to spare this up. He almost does. He leaves the 4. Nine or 10 for Gallant. It ends up being a 9 for 26 through 3. Marc Poirier is at 41 through 3. Chaz Gallant has the number 2 Class E high single at 146. And that's a three drop spread eagle. The talon is the 8-pin. A little hard to see on the camera, but it is there. He takes a 7 on the second ball. And it ends up being a 4-box for Chaz Gallant, 30 through 4. One drop on the 6. No, 2 drop. 10 falls later. Next ball, lightly on the 1-3 pocket. 4, 6, 7, 8, standing for a 10 box for Chaz Gallant. What'll it be? It'll be a 7 for Chaz for 37 through 5. 55, Marc Poirier, 37, Chaz Gallant. Your halftime totals, 276 for Marc Poirier, 239 for Chaz Gallant, with Marc Poirier with 4 points guaranteed so far. Marc Poirier leading in this string by 18 and leading in the total by 37. So that's the state of this match halfway through. It's time to start the second half. Marc Poirier will continue on lane 10. Here on the ACST at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Class E North. Marc Poirier from Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire, against Chaz Gallant of Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Mass. It's a 1 drop for Marc Poirier so far in the 6-pin. Next ball, nudges the 3, nudges the 2. He's got the 2, the 3, and the 6 knocked down. To finish it off, makes it a 7. 62 through 6 for Marc Poirier. Poirier, ooh, into the right side. Right corner, no pins down on the first ball. Second ball on the 1-3 pocket. 6 go down. 4, 7, 8, 10. And it will be an 8-box for Marc. 70 through 7. Here's Marc Poirier to the right of the head pin, takes 7 down. 1, 2, 1, the 2, and the 4. See if he can spare this. Yes, he does. Spare secured. 80 through 8 plus a fill. That's a mark for Marc. 80 through 8 and a fill. Narrowly misses the head pin. He gets a fill of 6 though. Right side 4 horsemen. 86 through 8. 1, 3, 6, 10 is the play for a spare. Marc Poirier, a lefty, sails to the left of the head pin. Makes it a 9 box, a good out in the 9th for 95 through 9. That is confirmed. Here's Marc Poirier to the left of the head pin, takes 4 out. 4 on the right side, 4 horsemen right side, and then the 4 and the 7 on the left side. Working box, 1, 7, 10, 4. 6 or higher. It's over 100. 6 box it is, 101 game 3 for Marc Poirier. That's a 3-game total of 322 with that confirmed 101. 111, 110, 101 for Marc Poirier so far. Chaz Gallant, 37 through 5. He's going to close out the 3rd game here on the ACST. Here's Chaz on lane 10. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a way to start. Big strike. He needed that one after the 37.5. That's how you do it. 47 and a bonus through 6. Hey. He drops 6 on the strike fill. 2, 4, 5, 7. Oh, and it's going to be a 6 fill on the strike. 53 through 6. Gallant will make it a 9 in the 7th for 62. Compare that to 70 through 7 for Marc Poirier. Yeah. And ooh, an eventual mix of 7 go down for Chaz Gallant. 1, 9, 10. Got some mixing action. And Gallant spares that mess up. 72 through 8 in a bonus. Look at that shot by Chaz Gallant. Kicked the wood. Goes to the right, drops 5. 77 through 8. And Gallant's on the object pin, but he leaves the 5 and the 9. And turns it into a 9 box for 86 through 9. Chaz Gallant 288 so far. Marc Poirier 322, 3 games in. 1 box to go. Here's Chaz Gallant on the head pin. Breaks it up for a split 6, 7, 8. Now this, this is a tough one. Play the 6 in some way, I guess. Chaz will go into the middle. Makes it an 8 box for 94 in the 3rd. Should be an 8 box. Yeah, I gave him a 10.
Should be the last box, right? Yeah, last box should be
8. Yep. Just catching the scoreboard because I watched it in real time on the 10 box. Misscored as a 10. So it's 94 for Chaz Gallant. 3 game total at 296. There we go. Just helping him out with the score correct down there. 94 is confirmed. For Chaz Gallant, 3-game total of 296. 322 for Marc Poirier is your score update. 3 games in. I believe we are good to go for Game 4. Coming up next, it'll be Marc Poirier, the away bowler, to start off Game 4. The festivities continue at the ACST at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. All right, we are about to start game number 4. Marc Poirier on deck. Lane 9. It begins with an 8 drop. 5-10 leave. Oh, actually no. Now it's a good 9 drop shot on the 10 pin. Poirier's going to play the wood. And yep. That's the trap. You don't want to play the wood. You want to try to play the pin direct if you can. And there's a 10 for Marc Poirier to start off Game 4. Poirier's going for the pocket. He will take 6 out and split 6. 6, 7, 9, 10. Marc Poirier will take the 9 and leave the 6, the 7, and the 10. Marc Poirier on average goes 17.7 head pins per match for 50. 7.8 split average per match. He'll take a 7 box in the second. 17 through 2. Marc Poirier has 4 pinfall wins for the season. In his past 5 away matches, he's taken 40 points and averaged 8 per match. Poirier. Couple go down. 4 go down to be exact. Looks to spare it. Everything but the head pin goes. It'll be a 10, 27 through 3 for Marc Poirier. Approaching halfway through the 4th game for Marc in this 5-game series. Poirier on the pocket, everything but the 6. 9 go down, he was on the head pin. 2 pins laying on the plate. It doesn't matter, it's a spare. 37 and a bonus through 4 for Marc. And Marc Poirier will miss the head pin, but he'll get a nice fill of 7 out of it. And another spare leave opportunity. It's the 1, the 2, and the 5. Oh, and that ball's a little off target. to the left of everything. 44 through 4. And it's a 7 in the 5th for 51 through 5 for Marc Poirier with a 3.5 game total of 373. He's 37%. The headpin 6 splits 6.05, averaging on the first ball. Averaging 7.1 per Marc Phil. Here's Chaz Gallant. Lane 9. Mixes down 7. And Gallant will spare up that 7 drop. 10 and a bonus through 1. Gallant to the left of the head pin. It'll be a 6 fill. 16 through 1. 1-3-6-10 for Gallant. It's gonna. Oh yes, he'll take it. 26 and a bonus through 2 on the 4 horsemen right side. Clearing the decks, Chaz Gallant is. What'll it be? Another 6 fill, maybe more. 7 fill. 33 through 2 for Chaz Gallant, and it looks like it's set up for a spare opportunity. Can he get it? Oh no, he got a little bit cross-wired by the wood. I thought it was a good shot, but you know, when you cap the wood, sometimes that happens. It's a 9, 42 through 3 for Chaz Gallant. Chaz Gallant in the 1-2 pocket. Oh, and that was a beautiful strike. Just mark after mark after mark. On the strike field for Chaz Gallant, he'll start with 2. And Gallant will chop another and get a 3 on the strike field for 55 through 4. Marc Poirier's at 44 through 4. Gallant will make it a nice out of 9 for 64 through 5. That's a good half. Real good half. 64 through 5 for Chaz Gallant and 51 through 5 for Marc Poirier. That is confirmed. It's 360, 3.5 games in for Chaz Gallant, 373, 3.5 games in for Marc Poirier. Just a difference of 13 in the total and 13 in the string. Up next is Marc Poirier. Third quarter of the 4th game coming up next. Poirier starts off with a 5 drop. Followed by an outside hit on the head pin, 2-4-9. Ends up being a 9 box for Marc Poirier for 60 through 6. 5 drop from Marc Poirier. 4 horsemen right side in the 4. And almost converts it for the spare, leaves the 10. And he'll make it a nice 9 box for a 7 box total of 69 for Marc Poirier. $391 and counting. Marc gets a backdoor mix of 4. Center diamond, the 4 and the 7. On the pocket lightly, 257. Makes it a 9. 78 through 8 at 400 even on the total. Poirier chops 2 on the right side for a half Worcester. And he takes all out but the 1 and the 7. And it becomes a 9. 87 through 9 for Marc Poirier. And another 2 drop. 2 half Worcesters in a row. Sails into the void where the first ball went. This will be Marc Poirier's first game under 100 today. Ooh, and it ends up being a 2 box. So that will be 89 for game 4 for Marc. That's a 4-game total of 411 so far for Marc Poirier. 6 splits, 13 headpin shots, 5.63 first ball average. Here's Chaz Gallant. Box 6 with a 64 half. He takes 9 down. For the spare on the 10, he misses it to the left. And he'll nudge it down for a 10, I think. 74 through 6 for Chaz Gallant. Gallant on the pocket. 8 go down. It's the 5-8. I think it's a makeable spare. It is a makeable spare, and it is a spare. On the 5-8, Chaz Gallant conquers it. He's at 84 and a bonus through 7. On track to take points this game. On the mark, Chaz Gallant. 4 on the fill. Oh, they're going to have to fix that. It didn't even register a spare. I have to remind them of that. And he'll take a 9 box. Now we'll pause to let him know. Okay, that's all straightened out. Because it not only got a box behind, it also got a ball behind, and it was just all AFU, if you know what I mean. It's a 4-drop. Yeah, 4-drop. 6 standing for Chaz Gallant. And 4 standing on the second ball. Third ball is going to be a 6-box. 103 through 9 for Chaz Gallant. I think.
That was a 6-box, right?
And Chaz Gallant will take 6 down. Yeah, the scoring system in this room is a little bit off. Sometimes when it gets off, it gets really off. Chaz Gallant for the spare shot. He leaves 2 on the plate. So he is going to take the 4th game, needless to say, by a country mile. No mark here. He'll be in the 1-teens. With that 9, it should be a 112 and a 108 and a 408 4-game total.
That's a 9-box.
All right. So 89 and 112 are your totals. 411 Marc Poirier still up by a bit in the total. Chaz Gallant clawing some back. He's at 408 in the total. Chaz Gallant takes 2 points from this game so far. That's the end of the 4th, and the 5th game will be worth up to 6 because the total is so close. So grand total pinfall up in the air. And of course our 5th game for being worth 2. That brings us to an exciting 5th and final game coming up next here on the ACST.
Yeah, I saw you do that. Looked gently like when I went to push, I was like, that's why I started walking up a little bit. Oh God, yeah. I was like, are you serious? This is not the time you do this.
Your calf on my shoulder, yeah, it's something.
Well, is that your both shoulder?
I did something weird to my neck the other day. It's just been kind of radiating everywhere. My shoulder,
Really?
my shoulder. I think it's probably gonna fix itself, but just at the moment, it's like, oh. Because this has happened before. It just takes a couple days to.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, especially during a match.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's the
I'm
worst.
Like,
That is the worst time for that to happen.
I'm like not happy about this.
Oh yeah.
You got a point?
Well, you got 2.
I was gonna say, you got 2. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, 2.
Yeah, more than 1. You got 2. All right, we should be getting ready to start the 5th game in just a moment or 2. Just chatting with the bowlers. Just BSing about random stuff, you know. So when we come back, it's going to be Marc Poirier on lane 9. Marc Poirier had a bit of a slight calf issue, and that was kind of explains a few things about the 4th game in particular. So he's working through that. Hopefully he can just tough it out for another 10 boxes. Not the best time for an injury to kind of re-aggravate, definitely. But we'll see how it shakes out here in the 5th game. You're watching the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour in Class E North. Marc Poirier versus Chaz Gallant. This is Marc Poirier, who has the #1 Class E high single at 150. And the #1 Class E high series at 600. The 6th highest Class E average at 96.3. The second highest Class E total strikes at 33. The sixth highest Class E total spares at 121. 10th highest Class E average spare fill at 5.1. Sixth highest Class E perfect box percentage at 40. The fifth Class E total tens at 145. And the 10th highest Class E fewest average pins left at 70.9. Recently, Marc Poirier faced Nathan McLaughlin in round 16, taking 6 points with a 499 series. He threw a 100, a 99, a 104, a 102, and a 94. He had 1 strike, 12 spares, 8 tens, 14 for 50 on the head pin with 4 splits. Here's Marc Poirier. He takes 5 down so far. Next ball is... What? What? No. That is unbelievable. You can't be serious. I was about to literally key that in as a spare. You cannot be serious. That pin going diagonal. 45 degrees. Yeah. Gesturing to Mark. I was like, what the heck was that? Can't be serious. That was locked in. It was locked in. I hate having to key that in as a 9 box, but you got to be kidding me. Oh my, wow. That pin is a marked pin, I'll tell you that. No pun intended. Here's Marc Poirier. Let's take it on the first ball at least. 7 go down, 1-7-10. And Marc Poirier will leave the head pin on the spare shot. It's another 9, 18 through 2. So Marc ended up taking, I think, a step or a measure of distance off his approach. Doesn't seem to be affecting him too badly as of right now. I mean, by all intents and purposes, that first box should really be a spare. And there's nearly a strike. He drops 9. So he's figuring it out. And he'll just narrowly miss the spare. It's a third 9 box in a row, 27 through 3 for Marc. Poirier on the 10 and only the 10. Found the 10 just in the wrong box. Takes a few more out. He's got a clear left side now for the third box. Third ball, that is. It'll be a 6 for 33 through 4 for Marc Poirier. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's 6. Here's Marc Poirier. Starts on the left side, curls in, drops 5. 1, 3, 5, and the 8. Oh, and a late falling pin, actually. So it'll be a 6 drop. 1, 3, 8 for Marc Poirier. Can he spare this? It looks good. It is good for the spare. That's how you sit. 43 and a bonus through 5 for Marc Poirier. Let's relive this. Great shot by Marc. All right, 43 through 5 for Marc Poirier with a 4.5 game total of 454, plus a fill. Chaz Gallant comes back with a 408, 4-game series. Starting now, he's going to start the 5th game. Gallant will chop 2. It's a left side half Worcester. The follow-up to the half Worcester is another half Worcester. But we can't give him an extra 2 pins for that second half Worcester. Wish we could, but can't. And he'll take a 9 at least. Well done for Chaz Gallant. It's 9 through 1. Oh, and another half Worcester for Chaz Gallant. Guess he likes driving a Worcester. Gallant on the Worcester on the 1-3 pocket. Leaves the 4, the 5, and the 7. And Gallant will make it a 9. 18 through 2 for Chaz Gallant. Here's Chaz. 4 go down. Not a half Worcester this time, at least. Not quite a head pin hit, though. And Gallant will take 2 more out. 1, 5, 8, 10 standing. And it'll be a 7 box for 25 through 3 for Chaz Gallant. Chaz on lane 9, starting now. Takes a few more out, 4 out to be exact. His first ball totals up in 2-2-4-4 so far this game. Shaves off a couple more 4 standing. Chaz Gallant will make it a 9 box in the 4th for 34. With 1 box to go before we do the final halves of the final game. Eight drops so far. Gallant wants to clean this up, and he gets the spare. Well done. That's how you sit. 44 half and a bonus for Chaz Gallant, and 43 and a bonus for Marc Poirier. They're both on open marks. 5 boxes to go per bowler here on the ACST. Game 5 of 5. Here's Marc Poirier filling a spare with. It'll be 5. 48 through 5. Takes all but the head pin. Makes it a 9 for 57 through 6. Oh, gave him an extra pin. We'll have to get that fixed real quick to make sure it is 57 through 6. There it is. Poirier finds the head pin and he finds a strike. Look at this. On the 1-2 pocket, didn't cross over. He's at 67 through 7 and a bonus on the strike fill, which he's working on now. Drops 2, half Worcester right side so far on the strike fill. The follow-up, oh no, it's going to be a 3 fill on the strike. 70 through 7. He'll round it out for a 7 box for 77 through 8. Finds the head pin, he drops 8. He's got a spare leave. It's the 2 and the 4. Misses the object, leaves the object. And Poirier makes it a 10 box. 87 through 9 now. Head pin again. 9-10. Wood is closing the gap. And it goes for the spare. $97 in a bonus, $508 in a bonus. Marc Poirier's final fill ball today, and final ball today will be an 8 fill for a 105 game 5. And that's going to be a 5-game series of 5-16 for Marc Poirier, with 3 marks starting from box 5 onward. Well done. Chaz Gallant to fill an open mark and close out the match today. I want to thank you for watching. It's been a great match to stream today. Thank our ACST committee members, our league commissioner Danny Finn, Class E treasurer is Maurice Perry. Spare fill is 6 for Chaz Gallant. 2 left, 2 right, 3, 4, 6, 7. Chaz Gallant into the middle. $50 through 5 for Chaz Gallant on that 6 fill. Followed by 6 or higher. It'll be 7. 57 through 6 for Mr. Gallant. Our ACST statisticians, Micah and Parado. We thank the DeBurro family at Academy Lanes for hosting this match today. I'd like to thank Steve Abadili for some of the B-roll and video and photography content. Link to his work in the description. Thank viewers like you for watching, as always. That is a 3-drop for Chaz Gallant. And he'll shave off 3. Right on the object and on the pocket. He's left with 5 standing. And Gallant will make it a 7 box. That's 64 through 7. Gallant drops 9. He leaves the 7 for a spare opportunity set up for him. We'll see if Marc Poirier can hold on to the total. There's 3 boxes to go. It's a bit of a question mark right now. And Gallant, oh, he'll just miss the mark by a little bit. Nine or 10. It's a 10. He got it on the 3rd. 74 through 8 for Chaz Gallant and 77 through 8 for Marc Poirier. 482 for Chaz Gallant with 2 boxes to go. 516 is the benchmark for a tie in the total, and anything higher for 4 points. Gallant, pocket, Everything but the 5, another 9 drop. Oh, and it's a 10 drop. It's a strike. Just kidding. That was a slow one. In fact, look how slow it was. Wow. Can't believe that. 84 through 9 in a bonus for Chaz Gallant. 492. Overthrew it a little bit, but he starts with 6 on the strike fill so far. He's got the 1-2-8-9. No mark. It'll be a 6 fill. 90 through 9. 498. I think the total belongs to Marc at this point. It'll be 6 for 504 for Chaz Gallant. And it's over, yes. That is ball game. 516, Marc Poirier holds on to the total. And Chaz Gallant has 504 through 5 with a 96 fifth game. So it looks like it will be a victory for Marc Poirier overall in terms of the points. Let's look at the stats. It's 12 points today for Marc Poirier and 2 for Chaz Gallant. 516 total for Marc Poirier, 504 for Chaz Gallant. There's really a lot of splits, almost equal in terms of the first ball average splits, and head pins were a little bit different. Chaz Gallant had a few more head pins than Marc Poirier. They would have won almost the same amount of boxes if it were head-to-head. And overall, it looks like the lane distribution was relatively even. Each bowler had their own different favorite lane. In terms of fills, Marc Poirier totaled 87, averaged 6.69 per Marc fill, and I think that really was the difference. Chaz Gallant totaled 69 in fills, averaging 5.31 per Marc fill. A lot of strikes today, 4 for Marc Poirier and 5 for Chaz Gallant, and a lot of spares as well. All right, folks, that should just about do it for us. Here's some graphs if you want to check them out and pause the video and look at it for more detailed analysis. And do stay tuned for the highlight reel, which I'll put together in just a moment or two here. Anyways, I've been Steve Kelly for the ACST, for Marc Poirier and Chaz Gallant. Have a great one, everybody. Drop for Marc Poirier, followed by a spare by Marc Poirier. Watch, he drops 9 here. See if he can drive the 9 pin away for a spare. He sure will. That's a spare for Chaz Gallant. Poirier is in second place, so he's also in positioning to make the playoffs. And Chaz Gallant will make a strike. Perfect box percentage, 8,039 pinfall so far this season. He's on the head pin. And he mixes down another strike. Piece of that strike pie. He takes 7 so far. Good bid. 4, 6, 10. Poirier fires, and he spares it up. On the 5. Poirier spares up the 5 pin right now for both bowlers. I think Andy Klempa warmed them up, and he stays on for a spare. Score correct real quick. And there is a late falling strike. Can he take the 5-9? It's looking good. It is good for a spare. Angled correctly. I hope it goes. It should go. It does go for Marc Poirier. Poirier on the 1-3, and it's a strike. Leary right side. And he makes a spare out of that Caleri. Marc Poirier on the pocket. Oh, yeah, he throws a bomb. 7 down. 1, 2, 1, the 2, and the 4. See if he can spare this. Yes, he does. Here's Chaz on lane 10. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a way to start. Got some mixing action. And Gallant spares that mess up. 9 go down. He was on the head pin. 2 pins laying on the plate. It doesn't matter. It's a spare. And Gallant will spare up that 7 drop. 1-3-6-10 for Gallant. It's gonna. Oh yes, he'll take it. Jazz Gallant in the 1-2 pocket. Oh, and that was a beautiful strike. I think it's a makeable spare. It is a makeable spare, and it is 1-3-8 for Marc Poirier. Can he spare this? It looks good. It is good for the spare. That's how. Gallant wants to clean this up, and he gets the spare. Well done. Poirier finds the head pin, and he finds a strike. Wood is closing the gap. And it goes for the spare. Get everything but the 5, another 9 drop. Oh, and it's a 10 drop. It's a strike. Just kidding.